are already converted. So if you're planning to do it yourself, you can get my scripts. They are not generic enough that you can use them out of the box, but you can move to GitHub as well. That's it. Questions? No time for questions, I think, but 1 minute. Ha. Any question? Now come and talk to me outdoors. That I'm available. Good. It's hard to stay on your spot.
Yeah, I moved the cameras. When I realised you hadn't, I was like, oh, sod it. Right, I need both of my microphones.
Oh yeah.
Pocket, and I do that, and untwist them, or twist them, whatever. Thank you very much. I really wish the receiver had a longer battery life as this does.
This is my button.
What output have you got? Oh, you got VGA.
VGA.
There we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
There you are. Excellent. Do the thing. Do the thing. Oh, mine won't do the thing. Right. Microphones.
Microphone. Okay.
We have two.
Okay.
FOSDEMs and ours. We have a backup one just in case.
Okay.
Pop
So
that in your pocket.
I don't have to speak too loud, right?
Loud enough to project to the room, and I'll change levels as needed.
Okay.
So just this one as well. So when I say there's two microphones, there are
Wow.
two microphones.
Cool.
Pop that one in another pocket,
Yeah.
or clip it on, or whatever. We're done.
Excellent.
When Claudio says you're ready.
Okay. One Claudio.
Although this isn't recording.
When you're ready,
I think so.
Tom, when you're ready.
I think it's working. Have a bit of a day about it.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. We will talk about Sympa from a peermonger perspective. I'm Marc Chantreux. I came with my friend and colleague David Verdun. We work at Renater, which is the National Research and Education Network in France. Renater is hiring, so if you are a French public servant, don't hesitate to contact Guillaume Rousse, and there are a lot of people from University or Strasbourg there. Sympa, what is Sympa? Which is a very old, 20-year-old mailing list manager, released in open source from the very beginning in GPL. There is a lot of feature in Sympa because it's done for research and education network, and we have a huge amount of requests, feature requests. So there is so many of them. David gave a talk at YAPSI about it, so don't hesitate to YouTube. We made a survey in a year later, and we had a lot of astonishing numbers, which are available on Sympa.org. The thing to memorize is every 2 seconds in the world, someone in some Sympa in the world is processing a new incoming message. We have a commercial support from contributors of the project. We just joined the Open Web Consortium. We expect more partners. We expect more contributors. And Renate is really want to involve the community into the development process. By the way, in fact, Renate became a member of the community, not the real leader. So we have a GitHub, we have a free node. You can join us from the mailing list, developers one or user ones. But we have a small community of developers. This is a problem for Sympa because we have a lot of expectation. I talk about this in the lightning talk just to come. We have a lot of expectation for Sympa, and we have so few contributors. Around two at Renate, 2 regular contributors on a lot of, one patch man. And it seems the problem, the barrier for contribution is even my screen don't want to show that. Sorry. Yeah, let's be honest. It's Perl. It seems no one likes it. I don't understand why. I have some clues. So the new code base should be newcomer friendly and maybe simpler to maintain. We want to rewrite Sympa with a new coding style based on CPAN. Okay, we have on CPAN a lot of modules. We want to just reduce the standard modules and tooling, TensorFlow, Mu, DBX class. Actually, we want to ease the life of developers by, as Damien Conway said, said, removing the infrastructure code. Okay, what is removing infrastructure code? It's the boring part will be hide in some modules with declarative syntax. Mu is a perfect example. We use it. Sorry. We use it from 10 years. Yeah, I think 2 years, 10 years. So, basic example. We have this counter. Okay, I use the class counter with a constructor, with a value method, with a next method, and with an add method. Value shows the value of the counter, next increment and return, and add a value and return. Okay, no big deal. And Perl developers used to be happy with that. No one wants to write this kind of code anymore. We use Mu since 10 years, and we wrote that. And I don't want to describe Mu anymore. I mean, too many YAPCs with Mu. So, but basically, we define a property which is value, which is read and writable. So the getter and setter will be created, and with the default value 0. Okay. Then you have a next function, next method. Next with the method is a function that takes self as the first argument and value in the second argument. And then this is a part of Mu I don't like because it's OO programming, and self value is self value plus 1. So you have to write this, use the getter, make a computation and use the getter. And we will see later about the function add, the method add. Plus we have type checking. Okay, type checking. You can use the either constraint, and basically what I say here is if it's a reference, it does contain something else. Oh, it's missing a plus. Sorry. It does not, if it's not a number, I die, okay? There come another structural module, which is type standard, which is the basically, type standard is an extension, a wrapper around type tiny. Type tiny is a module to declare, the declarative way to define a type checker. So type standard provides some kind of new keywords like int, for example, int to check if it's int, string to str to check if it's a string, and so on. And you can combine checkers with checkers. So you can write maybe string, which is maybe undefined string actually, array for string, so you define a list of string, instance of list, which is a reference to a list. So you can combine as you can combine the checker, you can combine the checker with another checker. We can nest something. So you write those kind of things. I want an array of maybe instance of list, which is a collection of list. Okay, but you define this way. This module, this syntax is only declarative. No more code. So you can use it for your declaration, for your property declaration. Back to this function, I said just before that I'm not happy with that. Because back in my old Perl, this fragile one, I just can use plus operator. I mean, why using a setter than a getter? I just want to plus. It's easier to write, and I spare some method calls. Then I think, yeah, counter value is just the sub counter value, okay, which self as a first parameter and 2 as a second parameter. What if this value, this sub, is a L value? If you don't know L value, it's not a problem. L value is very simple. L value is a function that wraps a variable. So for example, I have my variable val, and I've wrapped this one into counter. So I can use a function to deal with a variable as it is a variable. So counter can be set, if it's unset, I set to 3, and I increment it, okay? It's a value captured in the variable. So if I can do that, I can have this, the first one, I love it because it's fragile, it's breaking the mu abstraction. The second is a mu variant, which I don't want to use. And this third one is the one I expect, okay? Just plus or property. So let's code it. And finally I said, no, let's go shopping. Let's try CPAN. And I found it. We have mux L value attribute. So you can just use mux L value attribute, and in the definition of your property, just add L value is 1. So now the method next is written this way, which is okay for a Perl developer, a Perl monger, and it scares a newbie still. Why? Why? Because that's this crap, okay? We are used to it, it's okay for us, but for example, for a Python developer, it's unacceptable. They don't want to write this, to read this kind of stuff. So, yet another module. But yeah, okay. I know what you think. It's so powerful. I can do everything. Yes, it's powerful 10% of your time. The rest of your time, it's just boring, okay? So that's why we have signatures. So 5.20 have signatures, and we are in the Sympa project. We are stuck in 5 old one. Why? Because some people run some very old servers. And we decide that no one be left behind. So, what to do? Signature per 20, but from 12, we have pluggable keyboards, which is you can create a new keyword to extend the syntax of Perl. And I don't want to use that because honestly, it's way beyond my skills. But some people, clever ones, use that to create, for example, function parameter, which is also CPAN. I just upload from CPAN. With function parameters, we have this new keyword, fun, which is a keyword that gives Perl the ability to have a signature, a decent one. So you are used to the old one, and the Python people, for example, will prefer the fun keyword. Okay, not a big deal. Change send the 3 letters, and you have signature since Perl 5.12. What if I want a default parameter? Okay, we are used to testing if the array contains the number of the value we want. The Python people are used to that, and Perl 5.20 are used to that. Perl 6 are used to that. So we will use that too. Okay. There are many other features in this module. For example, you can, for the people who tried Perl 6, we have this named parameter, which is really cool with the semicolon notation. And you have this too, but I have no time. But here you can add maybe a type check, okay? This is a clutch in my first version because I just want to, I don't care, I don't spend time on things that it's important, but I don't spend some time for this kind of thing in my project. So as always, you delegate to type standard. Type standard can be used in the signature in the signatures of type of function parameters. So now you can crash if something else, for example, a reference, is passed as a first element. Okay, another one. Clearly, this is a method. Okay, obviously, fun next, self as the first argument. This is a method. Okay, so they introduced the keyword method. So you can just write. Yeah. This is something I want to write. This is something that is readable for a newbie. Okay, always. And so yeah, this kind of stuff. So we can remember I dropped the add and I said, okay, later. I just don't want to describe this thing because obviously the final version of add is that, which is so useless now because obviously plus equal x would be more natural. I will not define this function in my class. So, okay, but it's way shorter than the previous version, okay, the Perl version. Also, I get conventions. Conventions is I will use fun for private functions, and I will use method for public methods. Okay. Finally, this is the final definition of the class. Okay? So you have package counter, which is use moose, which use moose x L value, type standard. This is the property definition, and those are my two methods. Okay? Any question? No? Okay. So, in the real life, I need more stuff, and I really want to prevent the new people in the project to discover all the stuff by themselves, because frankly, they don't. They don't spend time on it. Okay, when they want to use their time, they will go shopping on Amazon, not on CPAN. Okay, so they don't know those kinds of modules. So I brought them for you. I brought them for them. There's a lot of one. I don't have time to describe all those one. But yeah, we don't want those kind of boilerplate directly in the project, okay? So we've wrapped it into a module, which is Sympatic and Sympatic OO. So you use Sympatic OO, you use type standard, which is not included in the package because you need to import the things you want. So it was there is no value to import directly from Sympatic. So what? Finally, we use less code. Declarative things make less bug, less bug. You can focus on your problem. You can solve your problem. More documentation and more tests, because all those packages are maintained by very good Perl mongers who take care about their projects, and more consistency, because basically if you have one obvious way to write it, you use it. It's a shared knowledge, so you can have some people from other projects that can help you share maintenance, because if you find a bug, you fix the bug for all the project using those kind of modules. So this is important. And we will have a well-documented coding style directly into the pod of Sympatic. So for the newcomer of the project, they have one pod to read with a lot of links with the other modules. So just use Sympatic if you want some procedural stuff. If you declare a Sympatic an object, you can use a move wrapper. This is a work in progress. Any feedback and ideas are really welcome, because I'm never sure about myself, so don't hesitate to do some comments. I will push Sympatic on CPAN soon. The code is running, but I just need some extra documentation. But oh yeah, the GitHub is on the project. On the project GitHub. Sorry, okay. Yeah, this is a page of the project. Yes, this one. Okay, so don't hesitate to join the project, contact us, ask questions, feedback, and everything. Any question? Yes.
Can you force people to use the newer version of Perl?
If I was alone in charge, we will use 20 Perl 20 because there are very good stuffs in 20 that are obviously a very good reason to upgrade. Even if you are a system operator, just upgrade. The thing is, so I tried to convince system administrators, and the common thing is, yeah, but we are on Red Hat, and the problem with Red Hat is, yes, they have those, software collection, and you can upgrade, but if you do that, you lose your Red Hat support. So they are stuck to the old one, and they don't want to move. And the problem is, we are a community, and we want no one left behind. So we made a vote, a poll, and most of the people were okay for Perl 16, but two of them, I think, voted for 14. So we stayed in 14. Any other question? Yeah?
Have you thought about using stuff like Docker to upload the software and run use Perl and stuff like that? It will run on Red Hat 7 without a problem?
Basically, in the Sympa project, I started with the Docker. The thing is, Docker is probably no one with decent competence with Docker tried it, but I tried, and the thing is, Sympa start a lot of daemons, and having one daemon by Docker was way too far from my competence when I tried this. So it's a big fail for the moment, but it's a way to contribute. Yeah. Anything? I have some. I have 20 still.
13 minutes.
Okay, good. I have extra slide. Yeah. I actually I was about I was really scared to get out of time, so I removed a lot of slides. That explains why. Actually, remember. No, this one. Yeah, this boilerplate. I said I have no time to explain, but actually I have. So, yeah. Okay, those kind of codes I want to remove from the code base. You change the dir to the spool, or you die. You open a file, or you die. You change dir, or you die. And you're tired. And if you are tired, you forget to die. And you, okay? It's boring to write. It's boring to read. And you are human. You can do mistakes. So use autodie, which is very simple. Use autodie and you write this code. Autodie is very simple. When you have a system error, it's throw an exception, okay? So use autodie. Autodie, don't forget to die. Can someone tell me what this prints?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. There are crazy people in the room. Okay, just tell me. Okay. Now, the solution for this is learn Perl by the heart, okay? There are something like 40 variables. It's easy to learn. Or you can just use explicit English names. So, use English, print the ID, which is so much readable. Pseudo-psychomatic complexity removal, which is actually cyclomatic complexity is the way your code is nesting. Okay, you have a loop in a loop in a loop in a loop in a loop. Okay, or a loop in a condition, and yeah. And the thing is, you can write this kind of stuff. Okay, I found it a lot in Sympa, and I really want to remove this code. Why? Because it's boring to read that and to edit that. Because if you look at this, die is a way to leave the function, okay? Return is a way to leave the function. So you don't need the block, okay? You can directly write this kind of code. It's the same thing, and it's more readable. Don't do it, yeah. Another thing I would like, this is not about new modules. It's just about some codes, some coding style I want to document. If the community is agree, so do it. You have a my user. You have a fake it, which is something that comes from the configuration. And if you look at this code, you don't know what it is about. Okay? And it's just about setting users. Okay? And if I write a thing like this with a do block, you can have this kind of stuff in Ruby, for example. It's really dramatic in the Ruby language. You remove the do, and the Ruby syntax is quite okay. You have do with the fake it, which is local to the block, so it will disappear in the rest of your function, so you don't pollute your namespace. And then you say, okay, if fake it, log info, blah, 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 and return 0, okay? Else, not return, sorry, and affect my user with 0, and else affect my user with UID, okay? And you write it, it's not a big, the line of code is the same, but you declare what you are doing. I want to set user, and this is explicit, without comments. Oops. Yeah. No, I run out of slides.
What is UTF-8?
Oh yeah, UTS. Okay, for. Actually, I was about removing these slides because there is a. I don't think. I think it's a good idea. I asked from other developers of the project, and they said, he said actually that it may be not a good idea. Do you know how to set up Perl 5 to have a complete UTF-8 environment? No? Me neither. So I use a module that do it for me. But basically, I have all Okay, I will remove here. But there is use UTF-8, and use UTF-8 say no, my Perl code can have some UTF-8 symbols into the source code. Okay. You have also used open, and I was so UTF-8. Okay, no, it's this. I think this one. This is telling to Perl that every new file descriptor will be opened with UTF-8 layer. Exactly. Thank you. But this is this kind of thing. If you see the video from the former pumpkin. Ricardo about UTF-8. There is a difference between this and those are not equivalent, and this is the one to use actually, and I don't want to know that by the heart, so I just use a module that knows that for me. That's why use UTF-8 all do that. Also, if I do just that, the thing is std out, std and std in are still in old encoding. So you have to reopen or use bin mode to set them in UTF-8, or use std. So now they Perl bin mode all the things. And maybe there are all other programmers and I don't know them and I don't want to know. Because obviously I don't want to spend my time reading the documentation of Perl internals. Okay? That's why use UTF-8 all. Other question? Thank you. Quoi? Ouais. Pardon que?
J'ai pris des photos de toi.
Waouh. Ah, attends, il faut que je rende les micros. Thank you. Thank you very much for everything you are doing.
No worries, man. I'm having enough is I don't think my recorder's done the right job.
Sorry?
I don't think my screen recorder's done the right thing.
Oh.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
What do you need? Sorry, you've got. What's the what output have you got on it? How does like it work?
James and Claudio. Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Claudio.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
we
Yeah.
exchange mails. Do you have everything you need cable-wise?
So, is there a place I can plug in power?
Yeah. There's a socket over there. Should have brought an extension cable with me. That's a bit of Yeah, it's a slight issue because it's coming out that side. But I do that. Yeah, we got a minute. No, I need to also mic you up.